And we are off and running for our first of two evening games from the Baltimore Convention Center for day 2 of DMV Live. This is Team Loaded Black against BCRI. Sherman Rivers and Nils Williams with you here. Sherman, good to be back.
Yeah, nice little break, man. Good game to come back with. Team Loaded, a lot of talented players on their team. Obviously, you know, one of the storied programs out of Virginia. And then you got BCRI, who has 9 Rhode Island players on their team, which they're very proud of.
Team Loaded Black obviously wearing white jerseys in this case, and BCRI wearing all black, I beg your pardon. Of course, that makes sense. And the first foul of the evening comes against Stephon Cherry.
We're talking about Stephon Cherry. He averaged 22.5 points for his school this past year. Very good player out of Virginia. High flyer, can do a lot of different things at the wing position. I'm looking forward to watching him play today.
I beg your pardon, this is actually Jalen Edmonds from BCRI. You see, I knew I get this mixed up. It's Team Loaded Black and they're wearing white jerseys, then BCRI is wearing black jerseys. I mean, it's just, it is what it is.
Right.
A little bit of rust to shake off. Obviously, we haven't spoken to you since about 3:30 this afternoon. But getting on the scorer sheet is Deshaun Spellma. Swing the rock. 19 seconds to shoot. Here's 𝘿evelopment. Feeds Edmonds. Leaves it short.
Edmonds has been real aggressive early off, so getting to the rim, getting fouled the last play, pulling up for 3 right there.
This could quickly become one of the most competitive games of the night, thanks to Team Loaded Black guard Angelo Dickerson. Picked up a UMass Lowell offer immediately after East Mania. He's poised for an even bigger recruiting stretch this summer. Taking it to the rack is who else but Angelo Dickerson III.
Right on cue. Angelo gets right to the rim and finishes after having a big-time talk-up for you.
Price straight away. He will try it, and it goes off the left of the window.
Not sure how many games that these two teams have played today, but what you're going to start to see is a lot of shots starting to hit the front of the rim. We're getting to the latter part of the evening. These guys have been up all day. They've been moving. It's going to be a lot of shots that fall short. They're going to have to really make it a point to attack the rim.
There's a nice pull-up jumper from Aaron McGlone. Now, with that being said, Coach, do you suspect a lot of players are going to attack the rim and maybe try to be physical in the paint, or you think it's going to stay outside the perimeter?
I think that, you know, what tends to happen in these moments as you get tired, fatigue sets in, you start to move farther and farther away from the basket, which is crazy to think of. But clearly, Team Loaded has got it down right now. They made their last 2 jump shots.
10-point lead quickly for Deshaun Spellma and Team Loaded Black as we have our first time out of the evening. I mean, out of nowhere, Team Loaded Black just came up, and 60 seconds in, up by 10.
Listen, Team Loaded is a very good program. So we talked about them and the things that they're able to do. I'm not shocked to see them come out on fire to start the game.
Happy to be here, obviously, at the Baltimore Convention Center in Baltimore, Maryland. Day 2 of 3 for DMV Live. Of course, earlier, feels like it was an eternity ago. We had all ball against the New Jersey Roadrunners, ball by design against Sideline Cancer, New York City Honor versus the Rising Stars, Team Iverson versus all ball, and then ball by design versus Rising Stars. We resume play.
Team Loaded in the 2-2-1 press right here, coming out of a timeout.
Here's Edmonds. Attacking down low and getting the roll to fall is Nicholas Taro. And being fouled, or rather, that was on a different court. I think everyone thought there was a foul on this one. That's AAU ball at its finest. Swing the rock. To the corner, back out. 𝘿evelopment, too much mustard. Here's Deshaun Spellma. And Team Loaded Black will reload for Aaron McGlone near half court.
Go back to 8. Take it back to 8 for me. No, coach. Thank you.
You know, one of them I'm really intrigued by watching early on is going to be Donovan Clement for BCRI. You can see his versatility there on the dribble drive. You know, obviously we're talking about shoes all day. His shoes stick out bright pink there. But you can tell that he's a player and able to do some different things on the floor.
Deshaun Spellman fouled on this shot from the corner. That was against Nicholas Taro with the push. And he will be shooting 3.
Sean Spellman, very talented player out of Virginia. I want to say that he was at Lansdowne early on in his career, transferred a couple different times, but has had a very good career throughout high school.
Of course, like you mentioned, Coach, a lot of these kids out of Virginia. Right, this is a Virginia-laden team.
Absolutely. You got team loaded. You know, this is one of those teams. You got team loaded. You got Boo Williams, those sorts of teams, team takeover that you hear about within the DMV area that you hear about a lot. And this is one of the top ones for sure.
Of course, Spellman's at the line for 3. Being fouled on the shot. About 3 minutes and change through here on court 12 at the Baltimore Convention Center. Skip it, far corner, Donovan Clement. Offensive board taken up by Jalen Edmonds.
See versatility of Donovan Clement, stepping out and shooting the 3. Couldn't knock it down, but second chance opportunity. Big time shot there from Nicholas Taro.
Nicholas Taro out of LaSalle Academy in the class of 2026. First triple of the night for BCRI as a few substitutions are ready to come in. Step back for Lundy. Off the mark. Here comes BCRI. And flying up, but unable to finish is Nicholas Taro. Here's a kick out.
Right there.
Spellman. One more up and 1.
Story of the day, story of the day, story of the day. Offensive rebounding. Great job by Team Loaded getting on the offensive glass even after a miss there.
How about this, Coach? Deshaun Spellman with 8 points. Leading this Team Loaded Black team.
I've seen it before. Very talented basketball player.
Of course, Team Loaded Black out of La Plata, Maryland. BCRI, obviously, out of Rhode Island, but hailing from Cranston. And Angelo Dickerson III. This is the last shot of his free throw. A lot of play outside of the arc for BCRI so far.
It's a good matchup there with Clement and Spellman.
And there's an even better finish from Dion Ellis Cipriano out of Bishop Hendrickson High School.
BCRI has been able to get themselves back in the game by knocking down the outside shot.
Here's Lundy. Awaiting directions from head coach Philip Howard. Lundy with the right hand. Might have been blocked, but the follow through is pure from Isaac Monther. Price. One more for Ipibado. And a corner 3 is up and good from Donovan Clement. Spellman with the response.
We talk about it. Donovan Clement, Spellman on the other end. 2 very lengthy wing players that have the ability to shoot the basketball, drive the basketball, and create for themselves, and also get on the offensive glass.
There you mentioned it, Coach. That's a deep try. You're going to see a lot of those shots just kind of chucked up at this point of the night, but it's supposed to be one of the best matchups.
And I think it will be. You know, it might be a little bit, but like you said, the fatigue factor sets in. A lot of teams just start to move farther and farther away from the basket, start to settle more and more for jump shots. I think the team that's going to do the best of attacking the paint today is going to come out on top.
Eight-point lead for Team Loaded Black as we approach the 10-minute mark of this first quarter. Purnell. One more for Dickerson. Off the mark. Here's 𝘿evelopment out of Barrington High School. Now Bergeron. Left wing three is pure from Clements.
I could see it in warm-ups. You could tell that he was a very big-time impact player. Testing at the rim down the other end.
Drawing the foul is Carter Bullock. What's interesting, Coach, is that with these triple tries, Team Loaded Black is immediately responding. They're taking advantage, I think, of BCRI playing maybe a little bit flat-footed after a score.
We've talked about this. You know, the best time I think to push in transition is after even a made three or after a dunk. Teams tend to relax. You know, a lot of guys want to give their celebration at that point, whatever they want to do after they make a three-point basket. So if you can attack quickly, get up the floor, get them off balance, that's a perfect time for you to get transition baskets.
There's Carter Bullock at the line. This trip, he goes 2 for 2.
You know, we talked about this team loaded program and the growth that it's had. I mean, stretching all the way across Virginia. We talked about them being out of La Plata, Maryland. You have a team that I know that's based out of Richmond. You have teams that are down in North Carolina. This is a big-time program that has grown immensely over the last decade.
And Edmonds gets the roll in the favor of BCRI. 4-point lead for Team Loaded Black, who exploded out of the gate. BCRI has been able to settle its pace. Here's 𝘖evelopment. Yes, sir.
Really showing the poise from BCRI, getting down early 11-1.
And just like that, Team Loaded Black responds thanks to Dickerson.
Both teams have to do a better job in transition defensively. Right now we're seeing a lot of back and forth and not people getting back. They got to get back on defense and make sure they give themselves a chance to win.
The pace is being pushed on court 12, and trying it and buying it is Colin McDermott.
I think everybody's got their blood flowing now. We're all warmed up and we're ready to go.
And so are we from the broadcast booth here. Downhill, left-hand try from Dickerson is through. Angelo Dickerson currently with 4 points for Team Loaded Black.
One of those situations where you're starting to wonder, is it really good offense or bad defense? Because nobody's getting stopped.
Donovan Clements. These teams need a heat check.
I'm going to go on the really good offensive side because that was a contested shot.
And again, back and forth we go. This time it's Enrico Purnell.
We might hit 100 in this one.
Like Hoop Fest a while back.
There it is.
Here's another triple try, and that barely touches the iron
that
from
was the heat
Clement.
check, for sure. Absolutely.
Here's Enrico Purnell. A little weak on that shot. Now Edmonds will slow down the pace. Here's McDermott. He'll try it, and it's rattles out.
Offensive rebound opportunities.
Here's Bergeron. Wide open for Clement, and he's fouled.
You know, that was actually a good foul by Lundy. Don't let him get the ball up to the basket. You tell you guys, no easy baskets. Don't give him a chance to get a dunk. Don't get the momentum. He's already made a couple jump shots. Make him go to the foul line and earn his 2 points.
This is Donovan Clement, 6'8" from the St. Mark School. His first one with too much power as a few substitutions are made by either squad.
Something is telling me that there's a lot of guys here on these baselines watching Donovan Clement today.
Of course, Coach, we talked about it earlier. The depth of benches. Team Loaded Black, with the roster I haven't given at least, has 9 listed, and BCRI has 9 as well. So I think you'll be seeing a lot of substitutions, making sure that these are quick changes. Obviously, like you mentioned, it's been a long day for these guys. They probably played last night too. It's the longest day of the weekend. Want to make sure it's fresh legs, maybe even quick hockey-like changes.
Absolutely.
Here's William Bryant Jr. off the mark.
This would be one of those situations where the coaches should be a little bit quicker on their substitution patterns to make sure that guys aren't getting fatigued, because it has been a long day.
And Donovan Clement pushes Enrico Purnell down.
Pretty sure Donovan Clement might have just picked up his 3rd foul right there. I'm not exactly certain. So that would be a big one. Is that 2 of them?
Could be.
I don't think we're going to be seeing them the rest of this half, but that's 2 anyway.
This is Tyreek Lundy now leading up the court for Team Loaded Black. Wearing white jerseys, BCRI in black. Don't ask me why.
Nice continuity offense, back screen action for Team Loaded to get themselves a shot at the rim. Just couldn't finish.
Ellis Cipriano swings it out, but there's a foul. That's called on Carter Bullock.
Not surprising. You get a missed layup down the other end. Sometimes you get a frustration foul on the other side. Just go ahead and play solid. Don't worry about the fact that you didn't make the layup. Just get it back on the other end.
Fadia drops it out for Julian Price, who scoops and scores.
Nice hesitation there getting to the rim.
Lundy brings it up the court for Team Loaded Black. Purnell, shimmy, step back. He'll try it and buy it.
Something about being a lefty with a step back that you feel like it's going to go in every time, a la James Harden. When he's on, anyway.
Clement with the jab, feed the corner, Fadia, bingo.
We are seeing some high-level basketball, driving kicks, guys making tough shots. I'm really looking forward to how this game is going to be in the last 5 minutes.
Purnell rattles off. Price, Ellis Cipriano a deep three. These teams are dialing up interesting shot selections.
It is. It's almost surprising, though, when they're missing because they've been making so many. But you got to feel like they're going to come back to earth sooner or later. It's really going to come down to who can get themselves to the rim, who can attack the paint, and get the other team without trouble. Can't live and die by the jump shot this late in the evening.
8 seconds to shoot. Purnell spins from the right elbow. Book it.
A little shorter, got himself into the paint. Good footwork, turn, shoot, score.
7 points for Enrico Purnell.
Great cut on that fade screen.
Ellis Cipriano goes to the baseline, and it remains with BCRI.
Josh Bergeron is doing a good job of being a good screener and moving without the basketball. Right there, you saw him setting a fade and slip right to the paint, giving himself an opportunity to collapse the defense.
17 seconds on the shot clock. 1 point game between Team Loaded Black and BCRI. Fadia. Defended well by Bryant Jr. Price. Thought about the step back. Flicks it out to Bergeron, and it's off the back iron.
Hey, chase!
Fighting inside, second chance opportunities.
Bergeron was right there, too, in the paint. Of course, today so far, for any trips to the charity stripe, we've seen a lot of missed free throws, a lot of points left off the board. Especially in a close contest like this one is shaping up to be. Every possession counts.
Absolutely. You want to make sure you lock in and make those foul shots because you never know when it's going to come back to haunt you.
Price, too strong. Falls right into the hands of Ellis Cipriano, though. He swings it out for a Bergeron three. Oh, yeah.
Second chance opportunities, it comes out to it every time. Long rebounds are going to happen with a lot of jump shots being shot. You got to be able to box out and go get the ball, keep it from getting that.
Spellman, nice feed inside for Stephon Sherry.
Spellman showing you his versatility coming off the pick and roll, making an excellent pass inside.
This is Julian Price leading up the floor for BCRI. Rising senior from the Wheeler School, standing at 6'4". Defended by Cherry.
Spoke about Cherry earlier being a 22-point-and-a-half scorer. They really were happy to get him with this squad to be a compliment to Spellman.
Foul's called on Cherry.
You saw it in that possession. Pick and roll, got him under the basket for a nice layup.
What kind of sets is BCRI running right now?
I'm not sure there's so much sets as it's just, action. They're setting a lot of back screens. They're slipping. Right there, you saw that. Went to go set a screen on the out of bounds, slipped to the basket. I think their kids are doing an excellent job of just reading the defense and playing off of that. Really bad foul right there. Coach just subbing back in the game with 2 fouls. Picks up a third, fouling the jump shooter. Cardinal sin as a player. Can't do that. Can't let that happen.
That foul was on Donovan Clement against Deshaun Spellman.
That definitely is his 3rd foul.
Indeed it is. Takes 5 at this level to foul out.
Clement's got to know his importance to the team on that situation. You can't foul. You just got back in. You got 2 fouls. We're already taking a risk, put you in for the rest of the half at that point. Just let it go. If he makes a jump shot, so be it. But picking up a foul like that is just hard. It's really hard right there.
Sean Spellman at the baseline. Let's take a look around the college scouts. I'm seeing Navy, maybe Marquette. I saw Pitt, Princeton.
Got Mount St. Mary's over here.
A lot of other college scouts rotating in between. Good talent on either sides of the ball here. Spellman can tie it right here. And instead, it's gobbled up by McGlone to keep the possession alive.
I can't tell you how many times we've seen an offensive rebound on a free throw, and I want to throw something every time it happens. Spellman
fades, fires wide right. Cherry, though, can't finish.
Get back, White! Get back, White! Come on.
Coach stressing transition defense right there, guys. Getting back, making sure you're in position.
Edmonds, oh my goodness.
Sometimes good offense beats good defense as he knocks down the shot with the contest.
4-point lead for BCRI as we approach the 3-minute mark of this first half.
This has been a really good first half. A lot of points being scored.
McGlone. Cherry thought about the 3. He'll take it to the hoop.
Loaded can't get into a situation where they start doing a your turn, my turn sort of offensive situation. Spellman's been playing well. Get him some touches.
Taro. Puro. 6-point deficit for Team Loaded Black. McGlone knows this, and they'll settle things down here.
There we go.
Dickerson steps into a triple, short. Price on the crossover dribble. He'll reload.
So BCRI is slipping every screen at this point. You can see it. They know that Loaded is going to switch. They're slipping into the gaps. Very smart by their coaching staff.
Oh, what a move by Price to score.
Big time footwork, up and under action. Great shot.
Spellman tries to respond with a step back. Offensive board is there and 1 for Dickerson the 3rd.
Big thing, they're starting to make shots. Get on the offensive glass. Dickerson goes and gets the rebound and 1.
Going back to that slipstream from Price there, I think that'll be shown in practice for a long time.
I think we might be seeing that one on the highlight reel at the end of the day today.
Julian Price out of the Wheeler School. Team Loaded Black. Again, they jumped out to that big lead early on. But like you said, both these teams got the blood flow moving. And now a timeout is taken by Team Loaded Black.
Well, we know if we're broadcasting the game, they got to be pretty talented. So at this point, we're seeing 2 good teams competing. Both teams are going to be over 40 by half. You know, we're looking at a game that's on pace to be in the 80s. So I'm really excited about what is to come for the rest of this game.
Welcome back to our coverage. Team Loaded Black and BCRI facing off. Just about 2 minutes to play here in this first half. Sherman Rivers, Nels Williams, and our entire production crew here in Baltimore, Maryland for day 2. And at this point, night 2 of DMV Live. Been a fun one so far, Sherman.
It definitely has. Looks like there was some confusion there out of the timeout from Team Loaded and what they were in defensively. That's not something that gives you much confidence. If you come out of a timeout, we got to be locked in what we're doing.
Both teams have used one timeout, with BCRI calling one earlier.
That was an excellent job by Angelo Dickerson getting around the post, three-quarter, and getting the deflection.
11 seconds on the shot clock for BCRI. Price will loop it in, and Ellis Cipriano will reset and reload with 7 to play on the shot clock.
5, 4, 3.
Edmonds thought about the deep try. Kick out, and that does not count. That is a shot clock violation as Taro cannot get it off. And I'm surprised that Edmonds didn't just go right to the rack.
You know, sometimes you can get too jump shot happy, and Edmonds did an excellent job of driving and kicking, but you're at the rim. We'll take those 2 points and lay that basketball up. Ends up being a shot clock violation.
They missed their free throw again.
He's probably heard Teron Patterson of our production team. He's running stats. Can't confirm the accuracy, but I like to think that they are.
Can't think of a better guy to do it. Teron Patterson runs all the stats for us on our bench at Patriot High School as well, so I know that he's going to get that stuff right.
Aaron McGlone is fouled, or rather ends up out of play off of a BCRI player. There's Cherry.
Good drive and kick right there.
McGlone overcooked it. And Fadia fighting for the rebound. There's Price downhill. Edmonds, deep try. Too much mustard.
Evans has taken a couple that have been some long-range bombs, but it's a good release on it, so it looks like it's going to go.
Spellman.
That looks like it's going to be a highlight right there.
Could have been if Stephon Cherry could have dropped it right through the hoop.
Looked like he just mistimed it. Real close. Could have been something big.
Shot clock resets after the jump ball. And Angelo Dickerson will inbound. He flips it in to McGlone. Creates his own space against the double team.
A lot of standing on offense for the rest of the guys without the basketball.
Mantha. Here's Jalen Edmonds. Edmonds thought about opening the Bombay doors way downtown. He'll shimmy around.
Might not be jumping off the page right now with everything that he's doing, but he hasn't missed a shot yet. Nicholas Taro, I think he's doing an excellent job of moving without the basketball. Cutting, screening, slipping screens. There's a reason why he hasn't missed a shot and got good looks at the basket each time.
Aaron McGlone hits his target, and so maybe does Price. Spoke a little too soon, and that is the end of the first half.
Tell you what, that looked good from here. That was a nice dribble pull up there by Price. Just didn't get the bounce.
BCRI leading by 2 points, 44-42. Quick break, second half action. We'll be back in just a moment from Court 12 from Baltimore, Maryland. Second half action just moments away here from Court 12 and day 2 of DMV Live from Baltimore, Maryland. Sherman Rivers, Nels Williams with you here all morning, early afternoon, and now we're back for Team Loaded Black against BCRI. 2-point lead for BCRI. Sherman, why was that the case after the first 16 minutes?
Listen, that was a hectic pace by both teams. BCRI, being up 2, you would think, just watching it, that they might have been up a little bit more, but Spellman, who's been outstanding in the first half, kept his team in it when they needed some key buckets. But, I like the way that BCRI is sharing the basketball. Talked about Nicholas Taro. He's leading the team in scoring. You wouldn't have thought that when you just watch the team on the surface, but he moves great without the ball. He cuts hard, and he knocks down open shots.
Of course, BCRI wearing all black, Team Loaded Black, and all white today. For those keeping track at home. Tyreek Lundy called for the foul away from the ball. That's his first personal. Shot clock resets.
I'm telling you, same out of bounds play, and he's open again. They just run into action, slipping right to the basket, and they're overplaying. They're taking advantage of the fact that Team Loaded wants to switch every single screen. Edmonds
finds Price. And thus starts the first possession for either team in the second half.
Trap ball screen, see if they can get something out of it.
Clement rises and fires a triple. It's off the iron.
I know he can make that shot, but I'd like to see Clement start doing some stuff going towards the basket a little bit. I think he's getting a little jump shot happy.
Spellman zips for Lundy. 13 seconds to shoot. He'll try it and buy it.
One thing you can't let a guy get into his bag. You saw how he kind of rocked him to sleep, got a little bit slow up to him, sidestep, jump shot.
Ellis Cipriano rattles off the rim.
We've seen that action a lot today. A lot of pick and pop with guards setting on-ball screens, slipping early to try to get an open jump shot.
Corner 3 up from Lundy over the mark.
That was one of those situations where his teammates got to be more aware. He just made one. He got the ball second late, off rhythm, didn't make the shot on that one.
Price with the feed. Did they get the end one? I don't think they did. For Dion Ellis Cipriano. Julian Price has been in his bag all evening.
Absolutely.
Does not count as a shooting foul. Price, of course, mentioned it a few times, rising senior from the Wheeler School for BCRI, based out of Cranston, Rhode Island. That's poked away by McLone.
Textbook, went with the correct hand and everything, poked the ball away, chased it down, finished at the rim. You can't teach it better than that.
Seen a few plays so far that are absolutely textbook and could be used by any team in their practice film sessions, especially by this guy right here, Price. Edmonds hits the target from distance.
Edmonds is going to let it go. He's going to let it go from outside. They got to make sure they got a hand up.
Lundy, right down Broadway.
Best time for a point guard to get to the rim is in transition. Immediately after a made basket, guys aren't set. You can get to the basket really easily because they're not there to help.
Edmonds. Ellis Cipriano at the baseline. Back for Edmonds. Draws contact and the foul.
A lot of reaching. When he puts his hand straight up, we might get a good defensive call there, but the minute we went for the basketball is when they're going to make that.
Now Colin McDermott and Elijah Ipidapo will sub in for BCRI. Nicholas Taro and Julian Price will take a seat. Subbing out is Tyreek Lundy. In his place is Enrico Purnell. Just about 2 minutes gone by here in the second half, and right out of the inbound screen, there's Ellis Cipriano. He misses the target.
Team Loader got lucky on that one. Didn't help off that screen. Little short jump shot off of the back screen action. Just didn't knock it down.
Purnell skips to the block and is rewarded.
Right hand. Lefty went with the right there. Once again, didn't get back in transition.
And Ellis Cipriano.
Wow.
Hello.
Cipriano with the explosive move to the basket in transition.
And Dickerson is fouled on the drive. It's an Elijah Ibidapo, rising senior from Charles E. Shea High School.
I can tell you what, next time Cipriano goes to the basket, those guys are going to think twice about the contest.
Very nearly a 5-second violation against Team Loaded, but they get it in. Dickerson scoops in, it scores. Acrobatics.
Right. Tell you what, referees act like they didn't see that one. Tough move by Dickerson.
Edmonds goes up, off the glass. Spellman with the board. Loaded in transition.
Got to finish that.
And the second try is there for Isaac Mantha. And unfortunately, we may have injury down on this end of the floor. We will play on, however. Whistle is on another court.
I think that he's all right. Made baskets make everything feel better.
Ibidapo cleans up the rebound, but spills in the process. Purnell lets it fly. Doesn't hit the target.
Doing an excellent job of getting to the rim, and then we pull up and shoot that three. If that's the time we talk about putting your foot on the team's neck, you're on a nice little run there for Team Loaded. Don't settle for that jump shot. Make sure they have to guard you.
Now we have substitutions for both teams. Very quick change. Approaching the 12-minute mark here in the second half. It's been an explosive game so far between BCRI and Team Loaded Black. Price, Clement, short, way ahead. Mantha traveled.
Yes, he did. At this point, Clement, with all the size and athleticism he has, good. That's what you want to see him do. Attack the rim. It's okay. He's taken 8 shots at that point, and 7 of them are three-pointers. Get to the rim. Put the pressure on the defense. Maybe you get a foul call, you get to the foul line.
Of course, Donovan Clement, we haven't seen or heard that name because he picked up 3 fouls very quickly early on. Was forced to sit until his point. Here's Aaron McGlone to the line, shooting 2.
I want to say that Aaron McGloin is one of the unsung heroes of this game right now. He's been making some key plays for the basketball team in transition, finding guys, creating for himself and for others. We've talked about Spellman. We've talked about the other guards. We haven't really touched on McGloin because he's just kind of going under the radar, but he's been a big part of what they're doing today.
Aaron McGlone, graduate from Southern Maryland Christian Academy. Hopefully his basketball days are not numbered as there's a foul off the play.
It's an interesting call right there, I want to say, by the referee. They've been letting a lot of stuff go. And then we're going to decide now that we're going to start to get a little bit ticky-tack, get away with all the hand checking. I think they're going to try to tighten it up a little bit.
That's on Sherry, his second foul. Out of Team Loaded Black. Price will reload. McDermott to the block.
That's good patience. Didn't rush himself, got there, took his time, got it up on the rim, finished.
Seen a lot of the 3-ball action. Now we have some small ball. Month for Purnell.
A lot of standing and watching again. No movement. Easy to guard that way.
And Price picks it off. Price goes up and under.
Price gives you a little bit of the Manu feel in his game. You know, somebody that looks a little bit unorthodox at times, but definitely gets it done.
It's a very good comparison to Manu Ginobili, and a very respected one, too.
Absolutely. It probably helps with the black and white jerseys looking a lot like the Spurs, huh?
How will Team Loaded respond, trailing by 4? Bullock for Month. Over the rim. Price. Clement thought about it. And he turns it over.
𝘼's having some trouble finishing around the basket. He's got some good looks, some good dump downs from his guards. He's got to be able to finish those.
So we're officially 6 minutes through here in the second half. Sherman Rivers, Nils Williams with you here this evening. One more game on tap. It's Crown versus Florida Pro next month. Now Purnell. Swing it outside. Back to Purnell.
Got to see that Crown team earlier today. They have some good players on that basketball team.
And Bullock's jumper's pure. Great talent on all teams here in Baltimore, Maryland. This is a turnover on BCRI. And Bullock is fouled in transition by Price.
BCRI has to get back to running some stuff, getting some back screen action. It's a slip action they had earlier. They were getting good offensive movement in the first half. A little too stagnant in the second half. It's not their game to play ISO ball. They got to get the ball movement, get their bodies moving.
You mentioned Team Loaded, obviously very stagnant offensively. Just hoping for some back cuts. What exactly are you hoping for here, Coach?
Well, no, Team Loaded is, as you know, they're a little bit more athletic, taking guys off the bounce. BCRI has done a good job with a lot of their actions, but Loaded has done a good job of getting into paint, driving and kicking. What a lot of people like to call random basketball. It's not necessarily the plan. It's just going to say read and react and see what happens.
Bergeron the other way. Goes way across court, and it's intercepted by Bullock.
Oh, wow.
And he is hit in the face by his own dunk attempt.
Listen, I tell you what, I'm not sure if he actually had a chance to finish that dunk, but the fact that he went up so hard to the basket is why he got the call. Uh-oh. What'd they call? What was that call?
I think the ball was out of play when he came down with it.
So they didn't even call a foul there. Wow. A lot of contact. Hey, listen, I guess it doesn't pay to go to the basket tough.
We play on.
There we go. Some action here, some screens, some movement. Look how much better it looks when they play this way.
Price.
We just talked
with
about
the right hand.
Just very familiar. Very familiar.
Julian Price. Shifty. A lot of ways you could describe him, obviously. Price with 6 points. Feels like he's got 16.
Absolutely.
3 assists to his name so far this evening. Fadia. And 1.
I think I might be with Coach on that one. Looked like the feet shuffled a little bit, but, you know, got away with it, got the bump. Now going to the line to shoot 2.
It's on Bullock, his second. Of course, the beauty of AU basketball is that you can kind of, you know, actually talk to the referees without getting worried about being tossed for the most part.
Very true.
I don't think there's ever really going to be an aggressive time that you truly upset at a call compared to the high school to collegiate level.
I mean, there are going to be some things that are going to, you know, rub you the wrong way or bother you or you're not going to agree with. But as long as you're not outrageous in your response, the referees are going to give you some leeway. As a person that probably gets on referees' nerves a lot during his season, if I'm not getting any tees or getting tossed, I'm sure that these guys are going to be okay.
Muhammad Fadia from the Classical High School out of Rhode Island. Here's Price now. Price.
Look at that. Give and go action. Good cut. Collapse the defense.
Edmonds. Beneath the basket. Price.
Price has a lot of tricky things in this game. Head fakes. Head movements. Body movements. Tough shot. Going to the line. This herky-jerky motion gets you off balance. The next thing you know, you're either fouling them or you're out of position.
It's like he plays the game in slow motion compared to everybody else, but it still works.
Plays at his own pace. You know, he's not letting the fact that guys are pressuring him or athletic or anything like that get him more sped up than he wants to be. And what we have seen a lot of today, if you have a player who can play at his pace, he's extremely effective.
Those kinds of guys are so fascinating too. Because again, they play at their own pace. And it looks like they play so slow and so fluid, but that's just because they are playing at their own pace.
Right. And sometimes it can
they're not jittery.
No, it can be confusing sometimes for some people because they're like, is he playing hard? Well, so just because he's not moving at a frenetic pace doesn't mean he's not playing hard.
I think you see that a lot with guys. They play so rushed.
Absolutely.
Price goes 1 for 2. It's a 4-point lead for Team Loaded Black as we're officially halfway through the second half.
Team Loaded trying to run some action here, some scissor action at the high post. Down screen, pop. The old Americans play with a back screen, diagonal to a screen-to-screener action, get a good shot in the post.
And there's Dickerson. That's Dickerson's 11th point. Second Team Loaded member to make double digits behind Spellman. Fadia rises and comes down with 3 points to his name.
Stepping out 6'8", able to shoot the basketball. That gives a whole new element to the offense.
Timeout, BCRI.
Well, here we are again. Now we're getting down to the last 5 minutes, and we got a close game.
Very blessed to have good basketball to watch today.
That is for sure. That is for sure. If you're going to be here all day, at least we could watch some good games.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the most frustrating part, especially, is that, you know, obviously you and I both love the game of basketball, but when you watch poor, unethical, and sloppy hoops, it's just so frustrating because you know how much better it can be.
Painful. Extremely painful. Extremely painful. You know, it's not watching good basketball, guys not making good decisions, taking bad shots, just overall bad basketball. We haven't had that today, so it's been good. I've walked around some other courts and watched. There's been some good games going on all over the place, not just on our floor. So clearly people are starting to learn the game the way they're supposed to, and it's being taught the way it's supposed to.
He's Sherman Rivers. I'm Nels Williams. One more game after this, of course. It's scheduled for 8:10, Crown and Florida Pro. Right now, Team Loaded Black holding on to a 1-point lead. 61-60 is your score. Tyreek Lundy brings it up the floor. Lundy with 5 points racked up so far this evening. Overall, Team Loaded shooting 68% from the floor. And that'll add to the increase in the mark.
Great call out of a timeout by the coach. Circle action, got Lundy coming off there. Good pull-up jump shot in the middle of the paint.
Fadia, one more to the corner, and Ella Cipriano's fouled. It's on Cherry. That's his third personal.
We start having some issues with some foul trouble. 7 minutes to go, 3 personal on Cherry. That's something to keep an eye on.
We have an official timeout on the floor, so we're fixing the score here.
You know, another thing we talk about, getting to the end of the day, the people that are working the clock have had enough of paying attention to the court and scoring the clock and resetting the clocks. So we're going to start to see those issues pop up a little bit more as we get later on into the evening.
Price, inbound try, swatted away by Spellman.
I'm a big fan of this on out of bounds. Put somebody on the ball. A lot of time you have the guy sitting back in the paint, waiting for himself. A lot of the action isn't even coming where he's standing at. Get him up on the ball. Make it tough for that guy to inbound the basketball so he doesn't have a good line of vision to make passes. Great cut.
There's Edmonds.
As I say it, it's exactly where he was standing. I think that was one of those announcer jinx right there, huh?
Lundy, he will try it. Left side iron. Possession stays alive thanks to Mount. Spellman shimmies, fires. Saudi is there for the board.
This half. I haven't seen a whole lot from him scoring the basketball.
Now Price.
Look at that.
Playing at his own pace.
Exactly.
Deep three dialed up from Edmonds off the heel.
Any little bit of space, Edmonds going to let that shot go.
Dickerson. And he loses a handle on it.
Don't dribble loose balls. There
Here's Ella Cipriano. Gets it right back. Hits the heel.
No, it wasn't there. Good job by Lundy.
Lundy intercepts a bad pass.
Where are we going now?
Oh, what a nice move.
Wow.
Seen some pretty good moves by either team so far this evening. BCRI trails by 3. Edmonds, he will fire from long range. Overcooked.
Not sure that's the shot that they needed right there, but they're able to get the offensive rebound.
Price, one more for Fadia from the right wing. Month nearly had the rebound. Instead, it's taken by Ellis Cipriano. Here's Price. He will try a triple. And again, an offensive board from BCRI, but there's a foul away from the ball.
I think the legs are starting to go a little bit. A lot of jump shots being missed.
Big substitution by BCRI. Grab jerseys called on Dickerson. And we have some clock issues.
I feel like we should just start putting up that little sign that says, "Excuse us while we have these technical difficulties." What happened? Ah, we're in the bonus. All right, while we were trying to get the clock straight, we didn't realize we were in the bonus and somebody went off to the bench, so we had to bring it back in there.
Glad things are sorted out. Figured out this time. Look at the color difference as Fadia's first shot sunk.
Absolutely.
Got pink shoes on Donovan Clement. Got these fading highlight. I'm not sure how to fully describe what Jalen Edmonds on BCRI's got on his feet. It's like hot and then yellow like the sun.
I'll tell you what, it's definitely like a neon party out there, that's for sure.
A rave, if you could say. BCRI cuts the lead to 1.
Good minutes for Fadia. Very good minutes for Fadia. Knocked down outside shot, picked up a foul, finished.
And Lundy is fouled on his way to the basket.
Lundy has been in attack mode here in the second half, getting to the basket.
It's on Nicholas Taro.
You can tell a physical guard, can deal with contact, able to finish around the basket, and now going to the foul line.
Lundy, the senior from Northumberland High School. So earlier, I think I said La Plata, Maryland. Is it La Plata?
La Plata.
I feel terrible. I always feel terrible, especially, being from Northern Virginia. I feel like I should know the Virginia and Maryland town names.
You would think so.
It's on me.
I mean, there's so many random names all over the place. You can't get them all right. At least you get the ones close to you right. That's all that matters.
And another offensive board off of the missed foul shot. This time it's Aaron McGlone.
I literally want to claw my eyes out every time it happens.
Bullock, left wing, 15 to shoot for Dickerson. Spins it out.
Good ball movement.
McGlone off the glass.
Wow.
And tries the tip in. But he timed it too early.
He did. It was the right idea. Shot a righty floater at a left-handed player. He knew it was coming off, tried to get there on the offensive glass. Just couldn't finish.
So 4.5 minutes separate us and the final horn here from court number 12.
1-point game coming down the stretch.
Hey, Denver!
Get a call here from BCRI, call of Denver. Let's see what we got. Down screen action, back screen, screen to screener, coming off with a curl. I like it. Great job by Loaded defending it.
McDermott, he's stuck. One more skipping around for Edmonds, who fakes the triple. Zip. Taro. Dickerson's got it.
I want to say that's Taro's first missed shot of the game.
You would be correct about that. Taro's got 8 points, 3 for 4 from the floor, 2 for 3 from distance.
Tough shot right there.
Tough shot taken by Bullock. High risk, high reward. He isn't there. Ellis Cipriano Showing off the handles, spins, spin it out. Edmonds creates space. It spins away.
Get on the offensive glass, make extra plays. Good job.
Here's 𝘿aximizing. Too much strength on that triple try.
Lundy in attack mode.
Lundy shimmies.
Maybe a little bit too much on that. Could have kept it more simple.
McGlone, he'll step out and settle things down.
Hey, force it to his side! Force it to his side!
McGlone. Step back. Dickerson off the mark. Offensive rebound kept alive by Bullock.
A lot of jump shots being taken, a lot of long rebounds are going to happen. These guards got to do a better job of getting after the basketball past the foul line.
Lundy has it stripped. Ends up in the hands of Month. And climbing the ladder for the board is Clement. About 2.5 minutes remaining.
The fact that BCRI is in the bonus for the rest of the way could be huge. Every time loaded fouls, we're going to the foul line.
Price leads BCRI with 10 points. Spellman with 15 for Team Loaded Black. However, there are 4 players with 9 points in Purnell, McGlone, Dickerson, and Lundy.
Very balanced scoring on the loaded side.
For BCRI, Price with 10, 𝘿aximizing with 9, Edmonds with 9, and Clement with 8 to lead the scorers wearing all black today. 1 point lead for BCRI to approach the final minutes of this game. Month sets the play up.
Good action
for Bullock.
I really like it when Loaded runs some stuff to get their guys moving. Gives their athletes more driving lanes to get to the basket. Now we have a late shot clock opportunity. Good job by Clement being able to get his hands up on that.
And now on this inbound, there will be 3 seconds for Team Loaded to work with. What are you expecting here out of this inbound?
I mean, it's got to be something with a little quick hitter. Timeout right here. Looks like we're going to get a drawn up play.
Timeout taken by Team Loaded.
Crucial possession right here. 1:45 to go, down 1. You want to make sure you get the best shot possible. 3 seconds to go. You can't really rely on the guys to do that on their own. So coach is going to call a timeout, put something on the board.
This is the second to last game, of course. Stick around for Crown against Florida Pro. Crown guard Eli King continues to build one of the more impressive resumes in New York basketball. He captured 3 Bronx Borough championships and helped Eagle Academy secure its first ever PSAL 4A title. And he currently holds an offer from Albany. That's up next on court number 12 here for the Baltimore Convention Center for DMV Live. Appreciate Made Hoops for the hospitality so far all day long. Tomorrow we will have your morning coverage at 9:30 with Team Iverson against Sideline Cancer. At 10:40, Ball by Design against the New York City Honor. And then at 11:50, Crown versus Sizzle. But now, dealing with what's in front of us for Team Loaded Black against BCRI. 3 seconds on the shot clock for Team Loaded.
Let's see what we got coming out of timeout. I'm not sure how I feel about it because even the person supposed to take it out didn't know he's supposed to take it out.
Bullock.
Nope.
Tries to connect with Dickerson, but now there's a foul as Dickerson is dragged down.
That play didn't look good from the beginning. The guy taking it out didn't know he was the guy supposed to take it out.
And that foul is called on Dickerson.
It's a good call. Yeah, Dickerson grabbed, went on the steal attempt. It's one of those things when you're going for the loose ball. It wasn't a bad foul, honestly, because if he doesn't foul him there, it's a layup.
Now we're playing bonus ball here. Jalen Edmonds takes a trip to the free throw line for BCRI. He cashes in his first ticket.
BCRI shot the free throws well today. Also, we know how important those are.
BCRI 9 for 12, now 10 for 13. What will Team Loaded do here? Trailing late in this match. Month. Lundy pulls up straight away. That ball had no spin to it.
Did not. I don't know if I like that one right there. Coach didn't like it very much either.
Now Edmonds try to waste as much time like he's in Margaritaville on this possession.
They don't need to be in a hurry. They're up 3, time and score, get a good look.
Price double teamed, connects with Ella Cipriano. Speedy ball movement, and there's a foul down low.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't wait for Clement to get down there all game. Finally gets down there and look at the result. We get a foul, and we get to go to the line and shoot 2. I love the way that he has played the latter part of this game. Being in attack mode, getting to the foul line, being aggressive, not just being a jump shooter.
Clement, that's his role.
And that's not saying because he's tall, he's got to be around the basket. Clearly, we can tell that he's a wing player. But sometimes you got to take advantage of your advantages. And his advantage is he's very tall and very long arms.
Now 13 of 16 are BCRI from the free throw line as Team Loaded takes its 3rd and final timeout.
Big timeout there. Last one, minute to go, down 5. They're going to have something here where Coach talks them through a couple different scenarios because he doesn't have any more timeouts to take.
$70-65, your score from court number 12. Standing room only along the sideline. Multiple college scouts at the baseline as well. Many scouts in attendance today for many different conferences. The ACC's repping hard with Louisville, Miami, Notre Dame, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, and Georgia Tech. Ivy League with Yale, Princeton, Cornell, Brown, and UPenn. Got Towson, ECU, 2 Big Ten schools in Penn State and Rutgers. Out of the Big East, Creighton Xavier. Plenty other mid-majors, but those are the Power 5 schools that are in attendance, with many watching and looking on here late in this game between BCRI and Team Loaded.
Great representation from all places, obviously, throughout the Northeast and into the Midwest.
Price went up on the alley-oop try, and fouled was Dion Ellis Cipriano.
That one could have turned out really bad for Loaded. We saw what Cipriano did earlier when he took off 1 foot. I thought that was going to be the highlight of the day. Luckily enough for that young man, he wasn't put on a poster.
He was fouled, however. So Dion Ellis Cipriano out of Bishop Hendricken High School will go to the line. Try to hammer this nail further into the coffin for BCRI on Team Loaded.
Listen, you got to give BCRI credit. Looked like they were going to be dead in the water. Loaded was getting to the basket at will, scoring when they wanted to there for a stretch. They dug in, got some stops, and now they're up to a 6-point lead.
And now we're having, you guessed it, clock issues.
How many team fouls do we have?
We're back to it here. Dickerson will fire himself and knock it down. Things just got a little bit interesting as Price is fouled.
4-point game, 25 seconds to go. They're going to play the foul game. BCRI's got to step up and knock him down.
It's on Aaron McGlone, the foul called. Of course, it doesn't take much and a prediction market to guess what's going to happen after a coach walks over to the scores table and says, hey, how many more team fouls do we have left? The NBA may have cracked the code on the game of basketball, figuring out that the 3-ball matters more and the mid-range is essentially dead. But when it comes to playing around fouls, I think that game was figured out about 30 years ago.
There you go.
Price. He had a great vacation to the charity stripe.
1 out of 2.
Dickerson draws the foul.
Now you stop the clock. You give him a chance to go shoot 3. That is a frustrating foul right there. Just put your hands up. Don't worry about whether or not you're going to block it. No reason to get that close contested jump shot.
So this sends Angelo Dickerson III, the rising senior from Combine Academy. And he will shoot 3.
Going to the line with a chance to close within 2 without any time running off.
He's 2 for 2.
Same ball.
Can he make it 3 for 3 to make it a 2-point game? No, he cannot. And this time there is no offensive board after the missed free throw, Sherman.
That was a big miss right there. Couldn't set their defense.
And Taro's fouled.
You make that shot, you set your defense up, you're ready to do your press. Instead, you got a miss, and now you're in scramble mode.
It's on Isaac Muntha. That will give Nicholas Taro a ticket to take 2 tries at the free throw line.
Making it easy on themselves, that's for sure. Got to make this one. At least make it a 2-possession game.
The LaSalle Academy product goes 0 for 2.
Attack the rim. Don't have to settle for a 3.
Who else but Lundy?
Good job. Nah.
Lefty went up with the right hand. And Carter Bullock fouls.
Wish he would have went to the rim with the floater, kind of faded. You know, they're trying so hard not to foul in that situation. Just put your head down and get to the basket. Big free throws here.
This is Dion Ellis Cipriano. And of course, very smart. The entire BCRI team just standing at the timeline right now, waiting for Ellis Cipriano to return.
At this point, he's iced it out.
Gotta feel lonely. Surrounded by the opposing team, and he goes 1 for 2.
Just don't foul.
Dickerson, crossover, dribble, 3. Misses the target.
I can tell you what.
Let it go.
Me
And
as a
that
coach,
will
don't
do it.
reach. Why are you even reaching? Don't reach. Don't even jump. Let him shoot it.
BCRI takes the game over Team Loaded Black 74-70. What a game we just witnessed. Cranston, Rhode Island takes down La Plata, Maryland. We'll be hearing from Julian Price very shortly. Our last and final game of the day. Coming up next will be Crown against Florida Pro.
Hey.
I'm sorry, bro. Florida and who? Crown.
Nels Williams, Sherman Rivers, and Julian Price, our player of the game, with us this evening. Julian, you had a heck of a performance for BCRI against Team Loaded. What makes your game stand out the most on the floor compared to those on Team Loaded?
I mean, I'm just trying to look for all my teammates and hit them for open shots, and all my guys were knocking down shots today, so we got the job done.
You know, Julian, I was very impressed by your game. I gave you a little bit of a high praise. I saw a little bit of Manu Ginobili in there, a little bit of off, kilter stuff, little movements, Euro things here and there, a lot of stuff that keeps guys off balance. And then you got a really good jump shot behind the arc. What would you say would be your strength as a basketball player?
I think making paint touches and just finding my guys. Like, I'm better at finding my guys, and then I'll create shots for myself.
Listen, I can tell you as a coach, that's a beautiful answer. That's a beautiful answer, because that's exactly what you do. You did a good job getting to the paint, finding your guys. But what you did today very well is you scored the basketball when you had the opportunities. Did you feel like this was a game where you had to kind of put the ball in the basket a little bit more to help your guys?
Not at all. I mean, Donovan, Dion, Jalen, they were going at it. Same with Mo. They were just going crazy. I just need to do it a couple times.
Gotcha. Just filling in where you can fill in, huh?
Yes, sir.
Got it.
Well, Julian, we appreciate the time. We really do. Congratulations on being named our player of the game. Your entire team's over here, of course, waiting to celebrate with you. Just what can you say overall about your performance today against Team Loaded?
I think it was really great. Team job. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Julian, for joining us. Have a great rest of your night.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Great job. That was Julian Price of BRCI. Sherman Rivers, Nels Williams with you. Our final game of the night, Crown against Florida Pro, coming up next on Made Hoops.
Hey, people's right here.
I'm going to text you guys this because I think David's fucking... Final game of the night is Crown against Florida Pro from court number 12 at Baltimore Convention Center in Baltimore, Maryland. Sherman Rivers, Nels Williams with you. We are joined as well by one of the best Made Hoops that Scouts has to offer, Brian Flynn. Welcome to the broadcast.
Hey, thank you very much, guys, for having me.
Appreciate you being on, man. That was a great set to come out to start. A lot of times you see teams run out on the sideline out of bounds. They skip it to the opposite big man, set a fade screen for the guy coming off. Great execution right out the bat. A little stagnant here for Florida. Got to get some movement off the ball. Long contested jumper, but we make it.
You make it work. Florida Pro and Crown Basketball. Florida Pro from Pompano Beach, Florida. Crown Basketball from Skenettles, New York. I think I said that right. I apologize if I didn't. It was a long trip.
All of Long Island, we'll just call it Long Island, and all of Long Island.
It's Long Island. There you go. Crown resets. This is Robinson, pure. This is Rios. In the paint, fires.
Florida's going to have a tough time if this is going to be their offensive plan. There's not a lot of movement for them off the ball. They got to start moving and get some action where guys are not just watching.
So they had a point guard, A.J. Ambrose, who committed to Lynn recently.
Okay.
It's clearly they're still figuring out what life after A.J. looks like, right? They don't have a true point guard. Dylan Justice Herbert is the headliner for this team, right? Athletic guard, number 5. We just saw him hit that 3 before.
Gotcha.
He's very much not a point guard, though.
You can tell. Looks like he's just been put in that spot because he's one of the best players for sure.
Here's Rios, class of 2027 out of Cypress Bay High School. And Neely goes over the mark. Back-to-back fast-paced starts, of course, in their last matchup to now, Coach.
I mean, you know, just as much as we needed that break in the middle of the day, I think these guys did too. They got themselves a nice little rest, got them legs on them, probably had a nice dinner before they came out here, and they definitely look like it. I got to see this Crown team play earlier during that break, and I'm telling you what, they were very impressive.
Elijah King zips it to Weedy, and it goes out of bounds. Brian, what do you think so far of the action we've seen today between these two teams?
Yeah, I think it's been highly competitive, right? Crown runs a lot of good stuff. Highly disciplined as a group. You can see them kind of coming together as the season's been going along. Eli King's a really interesting guy for them. Really high IQ kid, was out of the Bronx, New York. Kind of New York City basketball royalty in a sense, and he's kind of brought an identity to this team that they've been missing in years past.
Robinson's pure on that try. Very fast-paced here, and we nearly had a wedgie off the roll from Geishert. Here's a turnover, and Isaiah Rose just wrapped his hands around the neck of Aiden Davis. That was the WWE.
Aiden Davis, good hands right there. Stopped the lob play, got the catch right there. You looking at these two teams, obviously you gave us a little bit of insight about the point guard situation for Florida Pro. What exactly would you say would be a strength of that team?
A Florida Pro.
Correct.
Florida Pro wants to get out and run fast and get in transition, right? They're very athletic overall. They have a kid like Robert Bouchard, who's going to be able to play above the rim. You have a kid like David Neely, who's going to space the floor as a shooter, but is strong enough that he's able to kind of also play down low when they need him to. They're a smaller team overall, unless they're putting Sean Stewart on the floor. They're going to play super, super fast.
Gotcha.
McLean underneath. Bullies his way for 2 points.
And I felt like I saw a player earlier for Crown, number 10. I'm not seeing him right now. He might not be here for the rest of the day.
Oh, he's right there. Manuel Ayeye.
Yeah,
oh, there you go.
Here's Neely.
Might have saw a different Crown team this morning. Is there a second one here?
So Crown has a team on our Lions circuit as well.
Okay.
And they are just as every bit of talented as this MHC team.
Okay. That's the team I saw this morning was the other team then.
Yeah, actually, if anyone remembers, former New York Jet defensive end Sean Ellis, his son Skylar is on that team.
Ah, gotcha.
Of course, a lot of former players with their own AAU teams. Brian Scalabrine here, too, with his team.
Yep, saw him.
Scala's put a ton of time in. This is their 3rd year on the circuit. They do an awesome job, and you know, he's had guys like Elad Andrusenko, who just won the Patriot Player of the Year, and then you know they had a kid Ray Cuevas, who went to Bowdoin, who just transferred into Division I. They had 5 kids on their first team go Division I, and now this year he'll probably put another, I would say, 8 kids into college at all 3 levels.
That's good stuff right there. That action right there, great pass by the big man. You can see they've done a lot of things with him, putting him in passing situations. Isaiah Rose clearly is a good passer as a big man. Put him at the elbow, had him spin, sent the backdoor set with the stagger coming off the other way. Great set right there for Crown to get it to the foul line.
Elijah King will shoot for 2. Brian, what do you think, and what were your reactions when you saw the list of collegiate scouts and associates and staff members from all sorts of schools in the Power 5 and mid-major attending this weekend and witnessing what Made Hoops has to offer?
Yeah, so, I mean, this is definitely a 3-year venture for us, right? And this year, I think, is the biggest symbol of the rest of the basketball space as a whole, kind of knowing what we've known internally here, and that's that we have a very special league on our hands. The whole idea of this thing, right, is to give that next caliber, that next tier of not EYBL, not sneaker circuit player, an opportunity to shine and go through the experience as if they were that guy, right? And so that's what you see on the floor in front of you. So the next tier down, that's still going to play, mid to low Division I. Some of these guys will end up going high, whether it's out of the portal or out of high school. Some will play D2, some will play D3, and delivering on that experience for everybody and not just the elite kids in the country.
You know what? Funny enough, you bring up the EYBL. I think from a name recognition standpoint, I think Made Hoops is up there just as much, especially with the kids. You know, you see a lot of it. I know you guys did a lot of middle school stuff before, but this is one of those things that you see this everywhere, especially kids wanting to wear the undershirts under their jerseys.
The compression definitely
all
helps.
of those. Those things are everywhere, and that's like a sign of like, hey, I was on Made Hoops circuit.
Yes, I think it's been a lot of fun to watch it grow from kind of a thought of like a regional circuit to now it being a legitimate pathway for high-level players to come through and go play in the college level.
Absolutely. And we've seen a lot of high-level guys today that we're going to be watching playing in the NCAA tournament here in the next few years.
It's exciting seeing who's up and coming. You're witnessing the ground-level work being put in. A lot of people, unfortunately, think that these kids just play high school, they play the games, they move forward. There is so much work that is put in order to play at the collegiate level. And this is the work you're witnessing now. We're glad we can put a spotlight on it here with this broadcast and many more coming your way.
Tell you what, I know you spoke about Elijah King before, Nels, but he has been everything that is advertised today. Every time I've seen him on the floor, he is making a play. And clearly you can see why he was such a big deal for his high school this past season.
Neely's mid-range miss is followed up, but Florida Pro comes away with no points on that possession. Florida Pro in the all blue, Crown in the white and yellow. Here's McLean, rims around.
I think that's really interesting about Elijah King as well. You kind of get into a box when you're a New York City guard that you can handle it, not necessarily a shooter. He does not fit that. He definitely can put the ball in the basket from three, can score it at all three levels.
As Rios draws the foul. Florida Pro started out cold offensively. They trailed by 9 here. So we're past the 10-minute mark of the first quarter.
Florida Pro's been really active on the glass. You know, they just got to finish. They've had some opportunities at the rim. They just haven't been able to put the ball in the basket.
He's Sherman Rivers, also joined by Made Hoops Pro scout Brian Flynn. Nels Williams with you here. Last game of the evening, Crown against Florida Pro. And on my notes here, Brian, I'm seeing, of course, prep school should pay close attention to guys like Justice Dylan Herbert, Sean Stewart, and Calvin Thompson. What makes those guys so special for Crown? Or Florida Pro, beg your pardon.
Yeah, so ultimately, it's really more a matter of where we are as a culture as far as the transfer portal and what that means for the current high school class, right? I think these guys, maybe even 3-4 years ago, are probably not here. They're committed. They're off the board somewhere, whether that's D1, D2. Unfortunately, they've been pulled into a little bit of a holding pattern with the way that things are playing out now with the calendar. And unfortunately, I would say not all of them are going to end up playing Division I basketball coming out of this summer, right? The goal for them is to do that, but also with the amount of prep school options, and I would say quality prep school options that are appearing all over the country, there are plenty of places for those guys to go for a year and then figure it out.
I agree. I got 2 kids graduating from our school where I coach at Patriot, and Sean Madrigal and Elijah Gaskins. And both of them are going to go the prep school route. I definitely think that they are guys that can, get a scholarship. But like you said, the squeeze of the calendar and everything that's happened with, the transfer portal and NIL, it's kind of gives some kids some less opportunity. So why not take a prep year? Worked out for another one of our players named Isaiah Vick, who just signed with Northwestern State down in Louisiana. So I think it's a very good option for kids going forward.
There's Florida Pro. Go ahead, Brian.
I'm a little bit, being a Northeast guy, I get to be very close to the New England Prep School Conference, which is I would say the best one in the country. There are people that would argue with me, and that's fine.
I've heard the same.
But, like, that's the kind of place where if a Justice Dylan Herbert goes, what's going to end up happening is every low major in the Northeast is going to see him really for the first time. Because a lot of low majors right now are not traveling. They're saving their money. They're finishing up in the portal, and they'll be out in the summer. And, again, that's just a fact of where we are in the calendar. So a kid like that, a kid like Calvin Thomas. See, there's that athleticism that's going to make him special.
You spoke about it.
How's Aiden Davis?
Listen, that is explosive. Like, he took one dribble and he was out of it.
You cannot teach that, Coach.
No, you cannot.
Justice Dylan Herbert with the all-pink shoes.
Effortless.
Brian, what do you think of the sneaker game on the court right now?
Elite.
Absolutely.
What we've been discussing all day long. Got every color of the rainbow represented at some point at court 12.
Seeing a couple D Books option out there that time, right? And that's the first time we've seen those today.
Here's Elwood leading up the floor.
Great hustle.
And his pass intended for Weedy is intercepted.
Christian Rios didn't rest on the fact that he couldn't finish on the other end. Got back, got a deflection, got his team a basket.
And a nice take by Robert Gishard. Florida Pros cut the lead to 4.
That's the wrong score. We scored. It's 11-15. You gave them 2 points.
Wide open three-point try from Rios. Hits the heel.
Starting to see the up and down action. Now this is another big-time athlete.
Sherd has it stripped away. Rios. One more pass inside, and that's tipped.
4-on-1, you've got to score in that situation. You've got to. Even that's an excellent job by Isaiah Rose, but 4-on-1, you got to get something on the rim.
Isaiah Rose cleans up the missed try. And at first you don't succeed, try again until you score at least 2.
Let's give credit to Isaiah Rose back there. Sometimes you get in those situations, guys just kind of concede the fact that there's going to be a basket made. He's still competing and got to stop.
Both teams playing at a high-flying pace. Is this what you expected, Brian, pregame?
Yeah, absolutely. I knew that Florida Pro is going to play that pace, and Crown's comfortable playing either slow or fast. I think a guy like Isaiah Rose is going to be super important in this game, right? He allows them to play quick while not giving up a ton of size. You can also see, to kind of bring everything full circle, Isaiah Rose is a kid who's played EYBL before. He played in the NEPSAC. He played OTE. He's experienced, he's seen everything at this level as far as the highest level of the game. So for him to play here on MHC, he's going to be able to help them win a lot of games.
Well, I'm really glad that you said that. I was going to ask you because you can tell he's able to pass it, able to shoot it, can do some things on the perimeter as well, can move his feet. He seems like a high-level big that's getting a lot of attention from some schools. What is it looking like for him right now?
Yeah, so you got some Patriots and Ivy sniffing around a little bit. It's going to be a matter of the classwork there and ultimately if that happens for him. There were times where you had some of the A10 sniffing around. And again, it's one of those things where you're looking at it from a timing standpoint, it's likely not going to be that now, right? It's probably going to be somewhere a little bit smaller than that.
Right.
But again, this is what that squeeze is. And I would say the other thing for a kid like that is that he doesn't necessarily fit the part of what a modern 4 looks like at the high Division I level.
No.
And so coaches look at that guy and immediately they're knocking him, being like he's not going to fit.
Which is unfortunate because you can see that he's a high IQ basketball player, and I think he would fit perfectly in the Patriot League.
Right. But if he averages 10 and 12 in the NESCAC, he's going to get $400,000 to do just that in 2 years.
For sure.
What are your thoughts on the economics of NIL and the current age of college basketball?
We do not have enough time to go over it. It's interesting, right? I always say we're in the age of like professional basketball at this point.
Yes, we are.
There's just no way around it, and I think it's afforded a lot of opportunities for a lot of kids that were not receiving opportunities like them before, and so overall it's a positive. But I always say to people, I'm like, it's also the wild, wild west a little bit. A lot of people figuring things out on the fly. So I think the first couple of years of it has been a little bit kind of clunkier as like a basketball culture. And now as a whole, we're all kind of figuring it out together and tightening things up. But I don't think anyone really has like a great answer on where we're going next.
Oh, I can say this. I was born in the wrong generation because I would love to have gone through this situation in my recruiting and people telling me, we're going to give you $500K just to come to school here. But, to each his own. I'm glad that these players are getting empowered. But like you said, it's the Wild Wild West. So there's got to be a little bit more rules and regulations. It reminds me a lot of the European model where guys are able to sign and leave and do things that they want, no collective bargaining and things of that nature. So they're going to have to do something. I don't know how it's going to look going forward, but, you know, it's become insane. I mean, at this point, I saw a combine that had a guy in it that was 25 years old for the transfer portal, and it's like, what are we doing here?
Rose, book it. Isaiah Rose.
You see Rose's versatility right there.
And again, for Isaiah Rose, it's a matter of knowing what his team needs in the moment and being able to deliver on it.
You can see it, though. He understands it. It's a knack for the moment. Stepped out and shot an open jump shot, makes the right pass, makes the rebound. Got to stop there on that 4-on-1 break.
Hey, David!
7-point lead for Crown. We're officially 11 minutes gone by here in this first half. Dylan Herbert plays it for Guichard. Neely.
Tell you what, Neely looks like he should be playing safety somewhere. With his shoulders and everything. That's a very strong kid right there. You can tell that if he gets to the basket, he's not going to have a problem finishing at the basket.
Brian, what does Made Hoops do anything to assist players with NIL or assist players with, you know, anything that has to do with progressing their careers? Do they offer any sort of developmental? Because I did see an Academy logo somewhere as we were walking around.
So the Academy logos the academies are what we call like our elite camps. So, but we do have a made not for profits. Then that is going to be very much directed towards the financial literacy of all of this, kind of attacking the NIL space. It's something that I think you have to be very realistic about what it means for the modern space, and I would give a lot of credit to our founder and owner, Chad Babel, in understanding where we were going a little bit sooner than most, and kind of getting that information even into like our camps as part of like a speaking series, like 3 years before we started, just because it was clear like eventually that this is the era that we were going to end up in.
Dylan Herbert off the glass, clean.
Dylan Herbert is a big-time athlete. That is a Power 4 athletic kid right there. You see it's just a different type of takeoff every time he gets around the basket.
The Cardinal Gibbons High School product. He's just a rising senior. He's got one more year in him. Like Vince Carter, I got one more in me. King for Rose.
We've seen flashes of King. I'd like to see a little bit more. I want to see him be more aggressive. I like the fact that he took that shot there. I know he's not pressing the issue, but, you know, sometimes you have to.
It's a little bit of, again, his upbringing, right? Son of a coach. He's been in gyms his entire life. He understands, hey, everybody on this team needs a touch at a certain point, and to that point, sometimes he takes himself out of the game because he's more worried about getting his other guys involved versus forcing the issue himself.
Sometimes you can be too smart for your own good.
Correct.
Sometimes you get rewarded for following up on your own rebound like you did just there if you're Emmanuel Aye. Foul's called on David Neely from Sagemont Prep.
You know, and then piggybacking off of that with Elijah King talking about taking himself out of it, you know, one thing I like to tell my players, and first of all, I introduce my team to our best player every year, just in case they forget, so they know who's going to get most of the shots. Okay, so here he is, just in case you guys are confused about who's going to be our top guy. And also, you got to remind your best player that a contested shot for you is better than a wide open shot for that person because you are a better basketball player. So sometimes you have to make that selfish decision when it's in the best interest of your team.
It's kind of the double-edged sword, right? You have 5 guys that can score. Which one can score better?
You want them to be unselfish. You want them to make the right play, but there's a time and a place.
Less than 3.5 minutes remaining here in this first half. Brian Flynn, Sherman Rivers, Nels Williams with you here for the last game of our coverage. Day 2 of Made Hoops DMV Live. Long three-pointer off the mark, and Liam Sherd scoops up the board. Sherd, a sophomore, rising junior that is, Kimball Union Academy.
Saw him playing early. He had some impressive finishes at the rim and 1 dunk.
Lone member of the 2028 class on either roster. Dylan Herbert, man of the hour. Swings the rock, Neely, and it's tipped away.
Excellent
Here's
rotation.
Sean McLean. Hop, skip, and an underneath jump layup is pure.
Tough finish. Good job defensively shooting the passing lane, getting down on the fast break, getting 2.
Here's Rios. Feeds Justice Dylan Herbert. Stuck baseline, he needs assistance, and instead he turns it over. Here's McLean again, and he's fouled by Frisbee.
McLean's done a very good job of reading passing lanes, tipping the ball out to himself, making sure he can get out, finish on the break. That time he was fouled before he can get it on the rim.
A little bit of a different player, obviously, right? But brings kind of that same thing that Isaiah Rose brings as far as the toughness, the defensive intensity, being able to actually step in and affect the game without actually needing a play run for him at all. Those guys are super valuable.
Absolutely. Able to fit in where they can fit in, make plays when they can, and they do big things for your team at big spots. And you can see there's a lot of players like that for this Crown basketball team.
This is going to be an interesting spot, fellas. We just is taking a break here, so where's the offense going to come from Florida Pro?
Good question right there.
Especially trailing as much as they are by 8. Florida Pro trying to find a spark before we head into the half.
Good movement, good movement.
Neely drives high off the glass.
Well, they got what they wanted, just didn't finish.
One more pass.
That is
Rose.
Oh, gotta finish.
Gonna put the cherry on the top. Now Davis downhill, and he's fouled.
We've had some excellent takes to the basket, but we are not putting it down. We got to make sure that we finish the basket when we drive it.
Not really converting at the foul line either. They're not making the defense pay at all for a foul.
No, they're the easy baskets, layups and free throws. You got to put those in. Got to put those in all.
We've noticed it all day. A lot of missed free throws by either team, and especially on the second missed free throw of 2 shots, the offensive board being followed up. It's given Coach Rivers over here nearly an aneurysm based on how many times he's seen it.
Can't stand rebounds off a free throw and fouling 3-point shooters. Since we're making a list, I didn't know if you guys were doing that right now.
It's probably a good thing you're calling grassroots basketball 10 games this weekend then, you know?
Here's Edmondson for Elwood. Rose cuts inside, feeds Ayeye. Fades, fires, can't score.
Tron Stewart's a good-looking kid. It's 6'11" for Florida Pro. Big-time rebound right there.
That's one of those kids that is going to end up getting squeezed by this timeline that we're talking about here.
You can see that.
He's going to end up at a prep school. And one of my favorite things that happens, it's happened a couple of times with the Made Hoop Circuit kids, is we have somebody go to a specific prep area, and that area, those colleges start freaking out. They're going, oh my God, where was this kid this whole time? It's like, well, if you were on the road in the middle of the spring, you would have seen him, and he wouldn't have had to prep in the first place.
I always find that interesting when one person finds out about it. Everybody's like, what? Where's this kid been? Hey, guys, do your job. Get out on the road. Call people. Do recruiting. Do the old school job of really doing your own homework. Don't wait for somebody else to offer a kid for you to all of a sudden realize that he's very good at basketball.
I think the term is, all right, like we're scouts at the end of the day. Like it's on the scout to figure out who these people are. If you're just watching the kids that somebody else has already scouted, you're a reporter. You're not a scout.
Oh, that's a great way to put it. I like that analogy.
Rios straightaway try. Not enough gas. Now Robinson poked into the hands of Rose. Skip it for Edmondson.
I mean, can you believe the day and age that we're in? We're talking about a 6'11" athlete who is going to get squeezed out by a situation and not have an opportunity. If we're saying this 10 years ago, that kid would have 10 offers just because he's 6'11".
I was going to say 4 years ago, this kid's committed to like Florida A&M by now.
100%.
At the very least.
Oh, the times are a-changing, as Bob Dylan once said best. Less than 60 seconds to play here this first half. Been a slow-scoring affair by both teams. I think a lot of guys are just gassed at this point.
That's what it's looking like. You know, we haven't had as many finishes around the basket. Some mental errors here or there, but I think it's going to be something they're going to shake off in the second half.
Get the blood flowing, as you said earlier.
And it wouldn't have been one of our games without some clock issues. This is a big spot right here for Florida Pro. I think they need to stop in the basket before the half. Kind of gives themselves feeling good about going into the second half.
Need to stop here against Robinson and company. That man, Isaiah Rose, 24, 6'8".
Decisions with it.
Too much power. Here's Elwood stepping into a three, and he's fouled on the shot. That was by Stephon Frisbee.
Fouling three-point shooters. Oh, my goodness.
Got to give him the spot to land.
Got to.
So, Brian, speak more about this timeline that you mentioned a few times to those who may be unaware of what you're talking about.
Yeah, so realistically, I would say the way that traditionally or historically that the recruiting calendar has worked, seniors tend to be committed by now. It's May. They should be on campus in like 3 weeks.
Right.
So what's happened with this portal being open for this long and the deadline being so late and it being all after the season is you're trying to basically flip your entire roster in 6 weeks. And that's just not a feasible thing to do. And then the flip side of that is you're kind of holding out hope. I mean, again, there's been plenty of schools this weekend who are not here who just said, well, we got a portal visit or you know, we're focused on strictly the portal. We gotta stay in this weekend. And that just was not happening 4 or 5 years ago. I know you were just saying 10. It's actually much shorter than that, right?
It really is. I mean,
it feels like 10 years ago.
I mean, even in this situation, I know we've seen a lot of coaches here, but it's still not the same level that you saw at those points. And when we're talking about coaches, you would be at these live events, and you're seeing like the head coaches sitting in these places. You rarely see that anymore. You don't see the head guys just at games. I remember being down in Florida. I was talking to guys about Super Showcase back in the day, and just all these head coaches just sitting down there on the bases. And I mean, I was a good player, but I wasn't that level of player that all those guys should have been sitting there watching me.
That was when I first started in the business. It was very much like every head coach in every power conference was, you know, at Disney for national championships every summer.
Yep.
And I remember watching that the first 5 years of my career just slowly dwindle down.
I'm telling you.
Slowly dwindle down. And we still see head coaches out. I saw Maris John Dunn out here today. John Crispin from Air Force is here.
Yeah.
They're still out, but it's those low major guys, those guys who are still working, who are in a lot of ways, they're still part of their staff as far as like actively recruiting and not delegating so much.
Right. I mean, you would have games. You had Roy Williams sitting there. You had Bill Self. You had all these guys just sitting on the sideline. Like I said, you don't see that as much, obviously, with those guys getting older. But still, it's just a different landscape now.
Obviously, as well, I mean, we can discuss this through the halftime break. Obviously, it's quick. What really sticks out to me is that those guys also feel comfortable coming to events like this because for the most part, they're not going to be flocked by fans, quote unquote.
Yes.
They will obviously have people come up to them and be like, oh my goodness, you're Bill Self. Oh my goodness, you're Roy Williams, right, and the likes. But this is their element, right? In a way, they should be here because they want to be here. And I think that they do want to, obviously, but they've become so stretched thin by having to have their hands in so many different operations than just basketball.
Absolutely.
Right? It's recruiting, it's NIL, it's making sure guys stay more than 1 year because that's not what the structure is like. Right? I mean, you have guys transferring in, playing a year, then transferring out. You essentially have a turnover on the roster every single year to some point.
It's free agency.
Yeah, it's free agency every single year. And so these guys are literally having to fight for players to stay on their roster instead of knowing I'm going to have this guy stay here for 3 years. And you can stack the roster a little bit 1 year, maybe be a little bit lighter in the other. It's the Wild West right now. And I think you're seeing that pressure felt in a lot of different places and areas.
And it's this is so much easier said than done, right? But I truly believe until there's some sort of like either unionization or collective bargaining done here, we're really not going to have like an actual result. It's just going to continue on like this.
And that's the issue. Obviously, we could get into legal contract talk with the NCAA and collective bargaining and making players employees, but everybody wants a solution. Nobody wants to put in the work to get to that point, right?
That's why I said we did not have enough time to go over this in this game set.
Well, I'm glad we got to touch on it a little bit. Give some people some insight. And obviously, there's things that are great about it. We don't want to sound like it's all sour grapes. I love the fact that player movement is able to happen. Kids don't have to sit for a year. That I didn't think that was ever something that was right, since coaches could leave at the drop of a hat and go where they wanted to go. So we've seen some positives come out of some of this stuff. But like you said, there's got to be some regulation to it. I think everybody was just so excited to have it happen that they didn't really think about the repercussions of some things. But we're starting to see some of the things kind of fix itself. And I think in the next few years, hopefully, we kind of get back to a situation where coaches aren't recruiting their teams every year. We talked about the head coach not being here. How can you be somewhere and you're not on campus, realizing that if you're not around your guys and talking to your guys, they're probably going to be gone for going somewhere else? Good move.
Underneath in the finish from Robert Guichard. That's Sherman Rivers. I'm Nels Williams. We got Made Hoop scout Brian Flynn joining us as well. Appreciate the insights, Brian. Really do.
Of course.
Good basketball on hand here between Florida Pro and Crown. Crown out of Long Island and Florida Pro out of Pompano Beach, Florida.
Great duck in. Got to take your time to finish right there.
Here's Aiden Davis leading up the floor. Now it's Guichard out of Pembroke Pines Charter High School. Neely thought about the baseline J. He elects to dish out to Justice Dylan Herbert.
Would have liked to see Neely try to turn that corner, really get his shoulders into that guy's chest. Big, strong kid. Didn't need to fade out to the corner.
Rose leaves it for Robinson. Robinson dancing all across the hardwood.
Good pass.
Like a bullet to Rose, who finishes.
He stayed with it.
Chase Robinson's he's a kid that came over to Crown 2 weeks ago. He's made a real difference for them. He allows Eli King to play off the ball. He can obviously run the offense. You saw his vision there. He, again, brings them a little bit of a different dynamic and lets them play a little bit bigger and allows Eli to be more of who he is naturally.
Awesome. Well, hopefully he can stay aggressive and we can start seeing the Eli King that we've heard so much about.
Elijah King, rising senior out of the Eagle Academy for Young Men. Crown running their sets.
I like it.
Gets King open.
There it is.
He pulls up and drops it down.
Right on cue. Right on cue. Excellent job by Rose, setting a good screen, getting free, good pull-up jump shot.
Davis trying to respond. Neely, and he turns it over.
Good defense.
Here's McLean, rocks the rim.
Look how hyped you get. You love seeing his teammates get hyped up for another guy finishing at the rim.
The camaraderie, late nights that shouldn't be late nights in the hotel rooms, exploring new cities. It's what this is all about, more than just the game on the hardwood. Neely, that's back-to-back triples that have kind of rattled in and out.
Right, you could see the effect that you spoke about, the lack of having a true point guard on this Florida Pro team. They got a lot of wings that I feel like if they had a guy that can distribute to them, they'd be a lot better. They're put in a lot of situations where they got to handle the ball more than they probably should.
Crown's running away with it after the Michael Weedy three.
To your point, I think we're seeing a lot of guys be very indecisive once they catch the ball here for Florida Pro.
Yes, I agree.
And it's allowing Crown to recover defensively and being really stagnant.
I think it's just because they're in situations that they're not necessarily comfortable in. Just one of those times where, like, when you have the ball in spaces where you're not used to having the ball, you're not really decisive, and they don't look decisive. That was a great point.
Backdoor
Once
cut.
again, the fake staggered on the other side. They ran that earlier, got a good look again. Isaiah Rose, excellent passer from the high post.
You'd like to see Justice here just put the ball on his hip for a second and get them reorganized and kind of just calm everything down and see if they can get a good possession here.
He's too busy trying to figure out how to get a shot off.
And he successfully does, and he gets the roll.
It's almost like you just got to attack right away. Don't think about it. Run some action, get him some space, let him get to work.
Robinson. Here's Weedy, heat check, booyah!
I tell you, that weave action has really caused some issues for Florida Flow. Not able to stay with their men, giving them open looks for Crown.
Rios spins it out. Triple is cashed by Big Guichard. Four and a half minutes through here in this second half. Strong jump out of the gate for Crown basketball. So many different scores, finishing in so many different ways. Weedy from the corner. Should have left it in the oven for longer. Rios, handoff for Neely.
Even that situation right there, bad spacing. Didn't get anything out of that secondary break opportunity.
Justice Dylan Herbert defended well by Weedy.
Listen, Weedy has done a great job playing defense today. Move his feet very well. One of those situations where it's a guy that doesn't get probably the pub that everybody else gets, but every single time that the ball has touched his hands, he's made the right decision.
And there's your guy, Elijah King, cashing from the corner.
Now we're starting to see that player come out that we've been hearing so much about.
Starting to heat up here. There's Rios taking it to by himself.
That last possession, I would say, that's also a great feed from Reedy on the back end of that. Yes, getting the stop. He's been great defensively in this game, but also, again, getting these guys the ball in the right spot.
100%.
Robinson, Crown working quickly in transition, and we have a timeout.
Why? Fast break. You must see the fatigue factor setting in.
Things are too good.
There
Things
you
are going
go.
too well. Slow it down.
Guys, I'm not controlling the action enough here. Let's go ahead and relax.
What's the catch here? Right.
Too many good things happening at the same time sequentially. Something bad has to happen. Let's stop it before it does.
He's Brian Flynn. Sherman Rivers with us as well, head coach from Patriot High School. Flynn, of course, one of the top scouts for Made Hoops. And I'm Nels Williams on the play-by-play all day. Of course, tomorrow morning as well, we got Team Iverson against Sideline Cancer. That'll tip off at 9:30. At 10:40, Ball by Design against New York City Honor. And wrapping our coverage at 11:50 scheduled is Crown versus Sizzle.
Sounds like some good games for tomorrow. Sorry, I'm going to have to miss those. Got my little ones, got some 7-on-7 10U football I got to attend to tomorrow, so I'm sure you guys will hold it down.
I want to talk about something that's blown up in the past 10 years. I feel like it's 7-on-7 football.
Listen to me. It's a whole nother world over there. I thought that AAU was a special animal. 7-on-7 is a different beast. And the fact that you have to be able to be good at algebra just to do the scoring and on top of it is insane. You get 3 points for interception. You get 2 points for a defensive stop. 6 here. Go for 1. Go for 2. Guys, just give me a touchdown and an extra point. Just keep it simple for me.
To be honest with you, Sherm, I had no idea there was even any of that to 7-on-7. I thought it was just reps.
I told you.
Yeah, I just assumed it was football.
Completely different world. Good hustle.
And a good save by Elijah King.
I like seeing that. A player of his caliber still making those hustle plays. Turns out to be a layup for his team. And he got emotion after it, hyped up about it. Love to see it. Talking the entire time on defense.
This is Rios finding Justice Dylan Herbert.
I mean, it's really simple to see why he was able to lead his team to such success in the postseason. Looks like he's an excellent leader on top of being a very outstanding basketball player.
Yeah, a lot of credit goes to his high school coach, Roosevelt Byers, longtime New York City coach. Great guy, runs a lot of very high-level stuff. But more than that, I would say he does a lot to make sure that his kids are taken care of off the floor, make sure that they grow up to be good young men.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah, and you see that with Eli right away.
Good stuff.
Brian, I want to get your opinion on what you think is the best region of basketball. Now, you said it was the New England, maybe prep scene, but in terms of high school hoops, is it the DMV, North Carolina, New England, New York City, New Jersey? What region do you think?
Listen, you better say the right answer here, buddy. I'm a DMV guy. You got to say the right answer.
Yeah, you got two of us on the call right now.
Played in it, coached in it.
I swear to you guys, I was going to say the DMV without even knowing that. And I can hear every very New York program director just texting me right now being like, man, we thought you had us. But and I have love for them, but I got to be realistic. It's head to tail, like top to bottom, it's DMV.
Got to be.
Guichard pulls up from the left elbow.
I really like this game. He's got more to him than I thought. He's able to put it on the floor, make some good moves. That was a good move right there. Just couldn't finish.
You could see why he's got a bevy of D2s, and they will be committed shortly, honestly.
Right, and you could see how he's going to end up being in the portal and being a D1 the next year after that.
So, Brian, what makes the DMV so good top to bottom then?
I think really, and it's a testament to the people that are in the DMV and who have been in the DMV for decades. Ultimately, I think anywhere, whether it's DMV, whether it's New York City, whether it's Texas, it comes down to the people and how much they're willing to pour into the kids, right? There's no secret that all of this space is now becoming more of a business than ever. And I think the DMV has a lot of people who are both realistic of what this space is, but willing to still put the kids first and put their best interests at heart. And then you just have a lot of really good X and O's and a lot of really good developmental people in the area. You put all of those things together, and it's a huge recipe for success.
I agree.
I do think there is a little bit of a rivalry as well between Virginia and Maryland.
Absolutely.
You know, and iron sharpens iron, right? Iron sharpens iron.
Listen, I'm a Virginia guy. I can tell you right now, DC and Maryland think that we are not the same physicality when it comes to playing basketball. But, you know, we have our own right. We have a lot of really good players down in Virginia. But listen, DC, Maryland, Virginia, excellent basketball across the board. This is going back for years and years and years. I know that I'm biased in it being in it, but I have a hard time thinking of anybody having a better basketball than me. And I've been all over the place, all over the world. I still believe that.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, right? We've seen in the past, I would say, 15, 20 years, Georgia, like the Atlanta area blew up, but Georgia as a state has gotten much deeper as far as talent. Texas is obviously taking a turn a little bit. Football is always going to be king there, let's be real. But basketball has kind of pulled up as that second sport, and both those states are places that are pouring out Division I kids, Division II kids, Division III kids every year as well. I still don't think the DMV is matched, but I think there are more places that can make that argument than there were 10, 15 years ago.
Agreed.
The floor is being raised all across the United States.
Across the world.
Yeah, this is the best. This is the best basketball currently happening, in our point in time ever right now. And then 2 years from now, it will be then. We're just constantly evolving, right? And so they're getting bigger, faster, stronger, earlier every year. We see it with our middle school stuff. There are kids that I shake hands with in middle school where I'm looking up and being like, why are you 1.5 feet taller than me? Crazy. That has something to do with me being a short person as well, of course. But yeah, no 14-year-old should be 7 feet tall. It's wild.
Listen, they talk, what's the phrase? Grow the game. That's exactly what we've been doing. The game is growing immensely year in and year out as we've seen it across the globe.
So you got it at 7:30. Can we put the clock at 7:30, please?
Although, to be fair, I don't really know if the game of basketball is the one that needs to be grown the most, but it still is growing at a rapid rate. And there's so many factors that go into it. But you're seeing right now these kids on the court and that have come before and that will come in the future. Mate Hoops will be the place to play if you want to get good runs and you want to maximize athletes' development and exposure, right? That's what it's all about.
That's exactly why we started this whole thing.
Once again, a big versatile play by Guichard, making a good pass on the top of the key. You see his versatility.
Rios underneath, and he's fouled.
One thing about this Florida Pro team, they are going to continue to compete. Even though they're down, they'll keep coming after them.
Yeah, this is a team that's not going to just give up and go down by 20 in a game and then just call it and go for the next one, right? They're just going to fight to the very end.
You can see that.
I like this year that Justice is now pulling his guys together, kind of again, what we were going to talk about earlier, trying to get them reorganized, reset. This is what we're going to run on the next time coming out. This is what we're doing defensively.
One thing that we've seen on this floor, Nels, is that we've had some teams get down, and they haven't got down on themselves. They kept it together. That's shown a lot of maturity in this tournament this weekend, and nobody's kind of given up on the game, which is good to see.
Absolutely. We've seen some crazy comebacks, some double-digit deficits erased, and with Florida Pro down by 12, can they claw themselves out of this hole?
A little bit rushed on that one. Probably could have got a better shot than that.
Turned over. Rose to King.
Good one more.
Corner three. Book it.
Listen, Elijah King is a special basketball player. Just simple plays like that, something you see. You understand he's very well coached and understands how to play the game.
Jake Elwood cashes a triple to put Crown up by 15. Here's Rios. Now it's Davis. Swing the rock. Justice Dylan Herbert drives baseline. Nearly steps out of bounds, but he keeps it alive. Guichard. Rios. 6 to shoot. Rios knows it.
Tough finish. Got to get a stop here if you're Florida Pro.
Elijah King for Elwood. Underneath, high off the glass, and it drops in from Ayeye.
Another player in the same breath with Michael Weedy. Elwood makes the right play, is in the right place. Tough kid, finishes around the basket, always seems to be where he's supposed to be.
Rios, right down the paint. Follows it up, and he's denied by Sherd.
I'd like to see Rios dribble that ball out, give them an extra possession, kind of get a good shot.
Corner three tries short. It's there, and Sherd makes sure everyone knew it.
Credit Isaiah Rose on that basket. Didn't make the shot, fouled it, got the tip there. Big time dunk by Sherd.
Justice Dylan Herbert scoops and scores with the lefty.
I like to see him use his strength and athleticism to get downhill a little bit more. Get those guys on his hip, get to the finish. There's no way they can stop him from getting to his spot if he decides he wants to get there.
The other thing there, right, we're creeping towards a 20-point game at that point. He gets a layup and end one. We're now talking about bringing it back to 14. Changes the game a little bit.
Absolutely.
Justice Dylan Herbert heads to the line. Here's Robinson. Feeds Elwood to the far corner, but it's too hot to handle.
Stop. Now if they can make a shot here.
One thing that we're seeing playing out here right now, and especially here in the second half, is just the difference between these teams is the depth, right?
Yep.
Crown's got fresher guys because they're able to roll 10 guys deep and actually let these guys go ahead and play. You see it with Sherd taking over a little bit here in this last 2-minute stretch as a 20-28.
You could see, yes. So that's another good key stop, another bucket for Florida Pro. We get a stop here, they can go down closer to 10.
King for Robinson with 9 to shoot. Back to King from the corner. He is on fire.
Big time players stop runs, and that's exactly what Elijah King did there, making that three, making it difficult for those guys to continue on their momentum.
Guichard tiptoes down the sideline, and that ends up out of play.
Where are we going on that one? Got to have a plan. Didn't have a plan, just was hoping something happened. We talked about it. Random basketball. Florida plays a lot of randomness with their drive and kick game.
This is Robinson defended by Neely. Robinson goes up.
Look at that.
And Sherd drops it for the finish.
Look at that. That was definitely on the feed. NSMT right into the basket, close up. We see it. Good
Justice
move.
Dylan Herbert, the spin cycle.
Listen, I'm telling you, get him in space. Get him some opportunities to get downhill.
We're hooping now.
Sherd
again.
And one tip in. Imagine taking over a game and nobody's passed it to you in the post one time.
No basket.
No basket.
No basket.
Feels like out of nowhere, the intensity has just been cranked up to 11.
They call the foul Elijah King driving to the basket.
So Elijah King will head to the line. Rising senior. 7 rising seniors on this Crown basketball roster currently in front of me. Isaiah Rose will graduate this year, and Liam Sherd, the only rising junior.
Sherd's a really interesting player long term. He's obviously very athletic. You're seeing that today. He's got a little bit of step-out ability. He can shoot it a little bit. Syracuse area kid, so he hasn't played quite the top competition I joined Crown literally this week, so this is his first run in MHC this weekend, and so far the return is very promising.
Absolutely.
King, Elwood.
Good ball movement.
And it's turned over. This is Frisbee leading it up the court. Good feed. And another spin from Neely.
Tell you what, there you go.
The pirouette.
It's a good take right there.
Here's the man of the hour, Liam Sherd.
Yeah, this is not his game. He's got to give it up.
Yeah, you can see. Florida Pro's got to really get up. And there you go. Come on, got to try to get after him. There it is.
Justice Dylan Herbert lays the hammer down.
They got to get up and start pressure. There's 2:45 to go. 11-point game. They're right there.
McLean.
Good job.
Defended well by Guichard.
Get off of it.
Frisbee. Here's Neely stepping into a three.
That was a big one.
Robinson leads it up the floor for Weedy. Sherd at the baseline. Man, Liam Sherd. I think we'll be hearing his name for a long time in these next few years.
He has taken over the last few minutes.
Justice Dylan Herbert fires from the baseline. It's a tough shot.
Would really like to see him with a big-time point guard.
There's Liam Sherd crossing his T's, dotting the I's, and adding the exclamation mark to this game for Crown as they've hit the 70 mark.
I think Florida Pro is waving the white flag here.
Yeah, it looks like they're just running out of gas.
Yep.
We got one more tomorrow, so let's live to fight another day here.
There you go.
Justice Dylan Herbert, he's still playing with fire.
See him going right.
That first step is something.
Yes, it is.
King keeps it alive. 12 on the shot clock.
Wow.
What a feed. Can the finish happen? No, but Weedy's there to clean it up. McLean tried the three. He'll settle for the two. Substitutions are being
in the
made.
game. Looking like we're going to close this thing out with some substitutions. You know, Crown, I think, dominated the game for the most part through and through. I know that we had some runs there from Florida Pro, but never really looked like it was going to be in doubt.
Yeah, Crown got off to a hot start. Kind of just didn't look back.
Absolutely. He just had some lulls there, but I didn't really feel like Florida Pro threatened them in this game, and even though the game is around like 6 or 5.
Dylan Herbert on a step back. Left it short.
Crown's going to be a tough out for a lot of teams this year. I mean, you can see how well built they are and how well they fit together as a unit. The crazy part about this team is that none of these kids actually played together at all during high school season. So it's truly a team of guys who are from all over the state, again, Syracuse, Long Island, New York City. So it's not an easy thing for them to pull off logistically, but it's a testament to their kids and their coaches to be able to be together in the middle of May as a group that's really far spread out.
That's awesome.
That just goes to show how special they are, right? I mean, he touched on it. Barely practicing, barely know each other. You put them in the same room and they balled out like they are right now.
Yeah, they did.
Less than 30 seconds to play here on our last game on the schedule.
Looks like Crown going to be fine with just dribbling it out.
I don't think Justice Dylan Herbert's happy with that, though.
No, he's not.
Shows the fight in his character.
Right.
He comes away with it. Dylan Herbert.
Thank you for not calling that ref.
Now here's Liam Sherd. He will dribble it out, and that will do it. Crown dominates Florida Pro 73-57.
I appreciate you, man.
Of course, thank you for having me on, guys.
Flynn, Mr. Flynn, your thoughts on this game between Florida Pro and Crown?
Ultimately, I think Crown did exactly what was kind of anticipated coming in, which is winning this one. But Crown came into this league this year as a team that has title expectations, and they are in that mix right now, and we got a lot of season to go, but nothing that they showed tonight says that they can't do it.
Of course, a lot of action for the remainder of the night, but that will do it from our coverage. We'll have our player of the game with you shortly. Tomorrow morning, Team Iverson against Sideline Cancer at 9:30, 10:40 a.m. Ball by Design versus New York City Honor, and 11:50 a.m. Crown versus Sizzle. Brian, if you could give your player of the game to somebody on Crown, who would it be?
I'm gonna go with Eli King here. I mean, I know we talked about him a ton, but I think he played a complete game, kept that ball moving around, fought down low a little bit and rebounded, and obviously the three-point shooting is what he's known for. He had no problem doing that as well.
I agree. I think that he had the biggest impact on the game. Obviously, sure, down the stretch was big time, but through the duration of the game, making the right pass, making the right shot, playing with energy, talking to his team on defense, I definitely think it was Elijah King.
We will be hearing from Elijah King very shortly. I think I got to give up a headset, though, to be honest.
Brian, we appreciate you.
Well, actually, if you guys want to do the interview, by all means, go for it. I feel like you guys will be able to talk ball better than me, I swear. And I'll come back on to end it.
No, you're good. You're good. You got to do it, big dog. You know you're the man.
All right.
Eli here has heard from me plenty enough without me needing to be on camera. We'll talk off camera. It'll be just another day for us.
Well, Brian, thank you for joining us.
Brian,
seriously.
thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Joined now by Eli King, our player of the game for our final game of the evening. Nels Williams, Sherman Rivers, Eli King of Crown Basketball. And Eli, what is it like playing on this team? Brian touched on it a few times during the game. You guys don't have any experience playing with each other at the high school level. You all come together, and you look like you've been playing since you guys were fresh out of the womb.
Yeah, it starts all with just trusting each other. So when we're in a hotel, we talk to each other. We like, yo, we got to trust each other. Because we did get cooked a couple of times, like when we first started. But as we kept playing together, we just kept gelling together. And I think it started around like last weekend when we really started gelling together. Everybody's still in the gym getting shots. So we get about like 1,000 shots a piece when we go to practice. So, and we all work hard, like off the court as well, in school too. So we just know like, we just like that. Like we all come together. We all like kind of the same. We all can shoot. We all can score. We all can finish. We all can handle the ball. So it's just great.
Speaking of gelling quickly, Liam Sherd, a newcomer to the team.
Yeah.
How have you all accepted him into the program, and what have you seen out of him as he develops as a player?
I met Liam the other day. He spawned at practice one day. He literally just spawned at practice doing windmill dunks and stuff. So I was already knowing he's going to be a big addition to this team. And he's showing that, dunking on people every game now, grabbing rebounds, especially a big piece off the bench. So it's great playing with him as well, getting to know him.
Elijah, you can see, man, you can see that New York energy coming out to you as a point guard, man. I love watching your energy out on the floor, the way you're talking to your teammates. It looked like you were trying to feel your way through the game a little bit with your aggression and then kind of turned it on there when your team needed it. What exactly do you feel like the team needs from you on a day-to-day basis?
The team needs just an energy guy. I'm the guy that brings all the energy. I play hard on defense. Offense, not to lose balls. So I'm an energy guy, and I feel like I can contribute that to any team I go to. And it's been like that my whole life, especially at Eagle Academy Bronx. I was the energy guy, and I can score, I can facilitate, I can handle the ball. I've been working, so it's just great being able to showcase that with Crown MHC.
You can see it, man. You can see it. You can see all of that in your game. It's really great to watch. We couldn't stop talking about the level of energy that you were bringing to the game. That's excellent to see. You talked about Shirt just spawning at practice. How is it having a guy like that you know, man, if I throw it up, he's going to go get it. He's going to get that rebound and run the floor from me. And I know that I got somebody back there that's going to defend the rim if I get beat. How does it feel having a guy like that?
It feels great because it takes a lot of pressure off everybody else having to just go crash and rebound. I mean, we still help him. We box out so we can help him get those rebounds. But he's just a great addition to our team. I'm glad that we picked him up.
Right. Now, a couple guys I want to talk about, Michael Weedy and Jake Elwood, the kind of unsung guys on your team. Just make the right plays. What do you think about those guys?
Those my hitters. As soon as I drop, free assist. Thank you. They some of the best shooters in the country. Not just the city, not just Long Island, because they from Long Island, I think.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, they one of the best shooters in the country.
Good stuff, man.
Well, Eli, we really appreciate you joining us here on the final broadcast of the day. Overall, what's your experience been like this weekend, and how excited are you to play tomorrow?
It's been great. It's been fun. Can't wait to play tomorrow. Just love playing basketball. It's just a sport I love. So Just can't wait. It's been great.
Well, we'll be covering your game tomorrow against Sizzle at 11:50. So who knows? Maybe Weedy or Sherd can be on the broadcast with this host game. Who knows? Maybe you'll have to set him up well.
Yeah, on our team, anybody could drop 30. So it's like we just keep playing together, keep trusting each other, and be good.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. They got a guy like you over there. They got a good shot.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, Eli. Hope to talk to you tomorrow. That's Eli King of Crown Basketball, he's Sherman Rivers, and I'm Nels Williams. Just wanted to say very, very thank you, a big thank you to those of you who joined us for our morning and afternoon and evening coverage for day 2 of DMV Live for Made Hoops. For the rest of our production and technical crew behind the scenes, Made Hoops and Sherman Rivers, I'm Nels Williams saying thank you so long. We will talk to you at 9:30 tomorrow for Team Iverson versus Sideline Cancer. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll talk to you bright and early tomorrow morning.